All right, welcome back to the channel. So, all right, man. Tyson Fury, man, is trying to go head to head on December 5th with Errol Spence Jr. and Ryan Garcia. Let me tell you, I know for sure now that Bob Arum did not want Tyson Fury to pull out of that Deontay Wilder fight because he has to know how absolutely ridiculously stupid this is. But let's talk about Tyson Fury and what fighting on December 5th will do for his reputation in the United States. Let's talk about that in this video. All right, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. So, Tyson Fury decided, based on no good reason I can find, to cancel the Deontay Wilder fight, claiming that the contract had expired, yada, yada, yada. That's really not what this video is about. What this video is about is the ridiculous date at which he decides to fight some no-name and what effect that's going to have on him in the United States. Because Tyson Fury said that his goal is to be a star in the United States. Well, if your goal is to be a star in the United States, you might not want to go from being a major pay-per-view star to being an also-ran that gets ignored during college football on a Saturday afternoon in December. You might want to think about that. But it's Tyson Fury, so, no need to expect that. But let me go into this, okay? Here's a little background. Tyson Fury pulls out of the Deontay Wilder fight, says the contract's expired, yada, 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 yada. Yesterday, we had Tay Jones on the channel. And Tay Jones, who is a member of Deontay Wilder's team, let it be known that he understood that Tyson Fury already had a date. Now, this has been confirmed after Tay Brown said it by other media outlets who were no doubt about it, listening to when Tay said it, that December 5th is the date. And now they're talking about who will be this guy that he will fight on December 5th, right? Is it going to be Oscar Rivas? Is it going to be Lucas Brown? Is it going to be somebody, whatever, right? But question really should be, for me, is Tyson Fury lost his mind? Because December 5th, if your goal is to be successful in the United States, December 5th is the last day in December this year that you want to have a fight. Because number one, Ryan Garcia is going to be fighting in the early evening, and Errol Spence Jr. versus Danny Garcia's pay-per-view is going to be going on. Nobody is going to be focusing on Tyson Fury fighting anybody that day, okay? Because now remember, if this fight is over there in the UK, when is this fight going to take place? What time? They're 7 hours above. For example, they're 7 hours ahead of me where I am. So from 11 o'clock at evening, say they would do it 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock their time, right? 11, that's 4 o'clock in the afternoon. That's 4 o'clock in the afternoon is right in the middle of college football here. You're going to have people calling me, hey, you want to come over watch the Texas game? In Florida, they're gonna be, well, you trying to watch the Florida A&M game? Trying to watch the Florida State game? Dang near every state in the country, Alabama, New York, California, everybody has college football games on that time. So what is that going to do for the visibility of Tyson Fury? Well, it's not going to do anything for the visibility of Tyson Fury because nobody's going to be watching Tyson Fury that day. So what is it going to do? What's it going to make Tyson Fury look like? It's going to make him look like he's just a dang journeyman. He's going to be looking like a Euro bum throwing punches in the middle of the afternoon as people are flipping by ESPN, and they're going to be like, this dude's on, this ain't nothing special about this dude. This guy's on a Saturday afternoon. This is coming off of the biggest pay-per-view the biggest pay-per-view of the year with Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury. Man, if this doesn't tell you that Tyson Fury did not think this out and that Bob Arum could not possibly want to be a part of this, man. Couldn't possibly want to be a part of this. ESPN told them, no, dude, no. Let's do this in January. Let's do this in February. so that the football games can sell it. You'll have college football games all December. You have football, pro and college football games all during January. We can sell the fight with this. But no, Tyson Fury, I'm too antsy. No, I want to fight right now. Give me any old bum to air on ESPN. Dude, I'm almost glad that this stuff is happening because I have to believe ESPN is sitting back here looking at this guy like, why did we deal with him? What sense does this make? You are out here looking like an also ran second fiddle ass fighter fighting before Ryan Garcia. I'm saying it's Tyson Fury, Ryan Garcia, Errol Spence. And let me tell you, that is the level of interest, the ascending level of interest for fight fans in the United States that day. It makes absolutely no sense for these guys to do it. But, that's Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury is somebody that has lost his daggone mind. And he lost his mind a long time ago. But now let's be very, very specific about why, again, I say that this is Errol, because I know some of you UK people think that Tyson Fury is some big star. You think Anthony Joshua is some big star. I have seen people do videos out of the UK that would say things like that just clearly let me know that you guys in the UK do not understand the United States. And I'm sure that there have been things that I've said when I'm covering UK boxing that would communicate to somebody in the UK that I've never been there, right? Because there's just some basic things that I do not know. So let me tell you, for people that are not in the United States, Tyson Fury is nowhere near as popular as Errol Spence Jr. He's not even close. He's not 1/8 as popular in the United States as Errol Spence Jr. is. He's not as possible as He's not as popular as Errol Spence's opponent, Danny Garcia. And he's not as popular in the United States as a young lightweight who has never even fought for a title before in Ryan Garcia, who will be fighting Luke Campbell that day. And let me assure you, there will be more interest in the United States on Luke Campbell's fight than there will be on Tyson Fury's fight. So the idea that he would do this is just ludicrous. From a position of somebody in the United States. Because in the United States, there are fan bases. We can act like there are not fan bases, distinct fan bases in boxing, but there are. And they are very ethnocentric, okay? Up in Chicago, if you're a Polish fighter in the United States, I'm going to already tell you right now where you need to move and where you need to fight out of. You need to move to Chicago and you need to fight out of Chicago because they will love you to death up in there because there's a million of there might not literally be a million Polish people in Chicago, but doggone it, it feels like it. You know what I mean? There are hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people that consider themselves Polish in that area. So, boom, that's where you go. Let's look at the demographic, but the biggest demographics in boxing are these: the Mexican, the Spanish speaking, or let me call it, Hispanic boxing and Black American boxing. And guess who Tyson Fury is choosing to go up against on December 5th? All of them. All of them fighting against a guy more than likely that is attractive to none of them. Ryan Garcia is a young Mexican future champion, a guy that has a lot of push behind him. You have a Puerto Rican in Danny Garcia, who's popular in New York City, has a big Puerto Rican fan base in the United States. And you got Errol Spence, who basically got a whole country called the state of Texas behind him. All of these people are going to be tuning in for these fights, dude. And even if you say, well, the pay-per-view is too expensive, nobody's going to be paying for the pay-per-view, BS. People ain't going to be paying for that pay-per-view. And even if the people don't pay for the pay-per-view, the ones that aren't paying for the pay-per-view are still going to watch it. Dog, I guarantee you, Tyson Fury is going to have a lot of no looks, like a lot of people that are out looking at different things, especially if the dang old thing is on ESPN Plus, because ESPN Plus, that fight's going to be there, and you're going to have 4 or 5 football games, tennis matches, and all that other stuff to choose from. It just doesn't make sense. And again, man, Tyson Fury going up against Errol Spence Jr. in a ratings battle, you're going to come out looking real bad. But it won't surprise me because all Tyson Fury will just come out and tell you, I did 500 billion views. And everybody's in the media is going to act like he ain't lying. But that's my take on the matter. You let me know what you think. Please subscribe to the channel. Hit the like, share the video. Thank you so much to everybody that supports in the super chats, in the live streams, as a channel member, and on the Patreon. Thank you guys so much for your support. And with that, I'm out. Peace.